Welcome, distinguished guests and fellow members of the community. My name is Joe Stokely. I was a past chairman of the Pleasantville Chamber of Commerce last year, and it's my pleasure to introduce the president and CEO. Would you please give a big warm welcome to Ramona McIntyre. Come on up here.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you to everybody who's here. Especially thank you for waking up so early and being here at 7:30 in the morning. I know it's a slight change from last year's lunch, but even more, it's what makes me even more thankful that we have a full house today, so thank you very much. Before we start the program, I would like to say the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Mr. Michael Moore. If everybody could stand up.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Michael. And I'd like to continue by saying thank you to our sponsors that are here today who made this event possible. We have Wave is here, Republic Services, PG&E, and of course our hosts, the Contra Costa Country Club. So thank you very much to our lovely, lovely sponsors. We really appreciate that. And we'd like to say hello to all our elected officials that are in the room. If you guys could please hold applause until the end, that would be lovely. But if you could stand up after I call your name. It is the mayor's breakfast, so we have the mayor, Ken Carlson. Vice Mayor Matt Ridd. Councilmember Tim Flaherty. Councilmember Dr. Michael Harris. Councilmember Sue Nowak. From the Pleasant Hill Recreation and Parks District, we have Vice Chair of the Board, Jennifer Ortega. Secretary Andrew Pierce. Board Member Bobby Glover. Board Member Zach Shess. And General Manager Michelle Lacey. We have representing Congressman DeSanye's office, Brandon Barter is here. State Senator Bill Dodd and staff member Teresa Carr are here. Representing State Assembly member Tim Grayson's office, we have Alejandro Sanchez. And representing our county supervisor, Ms. Lisa Chow. From the Central Contra Costa County Sanitary District Board Office, we have board member Michael McGill. From the Contra Costa Water District, Jennifer Allen and General Manager Jerry Brown. Thank you. And I'd also like to say a big thank you to our city manager, June Catalano. Did I miss anybody? Okay, holler at me afterward if I did, I apologize. This is the portion of the program where you would hear from our 2019 board chair, Mike Robertson. Mike is not here, he had a trip planned previously, so we're gonna miss him dearly. But I just wanna say a few things on behalf of Mike. From what I've known of him, working with him in the past few months, he is a really dedicated chairperson to the chamber. I'm really excited to be working with him, and we have really big plans. Some of the plans that we have is Jeremy is helping with this, is the Young Professional Networking Group. We also, along with Mr. Michael Moore, we're gonna grow the TID so that Pleasant Hill is a destination location in California. And of course, we wanna continue doing what has made our chamber great up until now. So we thank you, all our board, all our members, for all your continued support, and 2019 is going to be a great year for the Chamber where you see a lot of growth. So speaking of the Chamber, let me introduce you to our 2019 Chamber Board. Our Executive Committee, we have our immediate past chair, Joe Stokely, who you heard of before, or you heard from before. Hi, Joe. We have our Treasurer, Susan Hurl. Our Secretary, Yvonne Sarisa. You can clap. And our 2020 Chairperson, Angela Warren. And that's our Executive Committee. From our Board of Directors, we have Julie McCoy, Jeff Clark, all the way in the back, Bruce Jobson, and Marcos Montes. Thank you to our 2019 Board of Directors. So with that, I would like to introduce Vice Chair of the Pleasant Hill Rec and Park District, Ms. Jennifer Ortega. Jennifer has been a proud Pleasant Hill resident for the past 10 years. She's been active within the community, serving for 4 years at Pleasant Hill Education Commission before joining the Pleasant Hill Park and Rec District Board. She is also affiliated with Pleasant Hill-based nonprofit Choice in Aging as a volunteer and a brand ambassador. And she serves on the board of Shelter, Inc., whose mission is to prevent and end homelessness in Contra Costa and Solano counties. While she loves Pleasant Hill, she spends her days making the city of Concord shine in her capacity as the city's community relations manager. She lives in South Pleasant Hill with her husband Raul and their 7-year-old daughter Annalise, and all three are eager to begin another exciting season of PHBA softball. Ms. Jennifer Ortega.
Well, good morning, Pleasant Hill. It's nice to be here. Nice to see you all. So I'm really excited to be here to give you a peek into the state of Rec and Park. So as many of you know, we are a special district. We are an independent government agency, and our mission is to enhance the quality of life here in our community by offering high-quality parks and facilities and programs for our diverse community. We were founded in 1951, which you may not know was actually 10 years before the city was incorporated. And what that tells me is that back in the 50s, the people of this community thought that parks and recreation was kind of a big deal, and we still believe that today. We operate and maintain over 269 exactly acres of parkland and a number of facilities, community centers, a senior center, a teen center, a historic ranch house, trails, pools, you name it. We're governed by a 5-member board, and our 2019 chair is Sandra Bonato. Sandy couldn't be with us today, but she sends her regards to all of you. We also have Secretary Andrew Pierce, board members Bobby Glover and Zach Shess, and I'm in the capacity of vice chair this year. I want to make a special shout out to our dedicated and professional staff who make our district shine every single day, and they're led by our general manager, Michelle Basie. Now, the most exciting news that I have for you this morning is we're building a new park. That's pretty cool. This is a result of an MOU that we entered into with the county to purchase 5 acres of land over off of Oak Park Boulevard. And whereas we were previously set to be on the west side of this map, we actually swapped parcels with the county, and we're now on the north side, meaning that our border is going to align right with the brand new Pleasant Hill Library, giving us the opportunity to design this space as a 10-acre grand civic site, and we're really looking forward to that. We've already had conversations about what we're going to put there in that ball field. It's going to be a couple of baseball, softball fields with a soccer field overlaid on top. We'll have bocce courts for all you bocce fans, and a really nice trail running alongside the creek. So we're working on initial designs, like I mentioned. We're also in the process of developing a joint EIR with the city and the county. And I do want to take a minute to say thank you to Supervisor Mitchoff and the county staff for being such a leader in this project, for her collaboration. And of course, thank you so much to the City Council for your collaboration and partnership on this project as well. So while we won't have a shovel in the ground on that new park for a while, we will this year on another project, and that is an all-abilities playground at Pleasant Oaks Park. Now, we had planned to add this additional playground there back in 2012 when the park was constructed, but the district ran out of funds. We now have the funds and we now have the design, and we are moving forward again on an all-abilities playground that's going to be at this site here. We're expected to break ground on that any day, and I invite you to join us for the ribbon cutting later this fall. With regard to our financial situation, I'm proud to report that we've had a surplus year over year since 2013, and we're continuing to plan for future projects, putting money away into our capital improvement budget. We now have a CIP budget of more than $1.7 million, and our reserve is at 20% of operating. So that's all very good news. And while we're in good shape, we are not naive to the challenges that lie ahead. Now, is there going to be a recession? Some economists say yes, some say no, some say it's just going to be an economic slowdown. But in any case, we need to be mindful. We know that our operating expenses are going up, and they are going to outpace our revenues in the coming years. Part of this is due to increased employee expenses related to an increased minimum wage, increased pension costs, something that a lot of public agencies are grappling with right now. And add to this the unknown costs of the new park I just mentioned, and any other improvements and capital projects that we may want to engage in as a result of the master planning process that we are currently going through. But all of this said, I do want to report some additional good news, which is that we were able to refinance our 2009 Measure E bonds last year, and this resulted in a savings of more than $2 million for our taxpayers. That is good news. Another good news for us is that we've been able to increase our credit rating, so we are now standing at an A+. Okay, wow experiences. This is what we want people to say when they come into our parks and our facilities and participate in our programs. We're really proud of what we have to offer, but we really couldn't do it without the partnership of organizations like the Pleasant Hill Community Foundation, which supports us with grants, that sponsors events like our Tinkers and Thinkers Innovation Fair, inclusive recreation dances, and other things and activities that we do throughout the year. Add to this the support from the City of Pleasant Hill, the Concord Pleasant Hill Healthcare District, and those funds go to support our low-income and fixed-income seniors with our nutrition program at the Senior Cafe. And our buddy Don up here, who's a Centurion and a 20-year cafe patron, says that the Senior Center CC Cafe keeps him connected and lifts his spirits every day. And that's exactly our goal. Okay, Tinkers and Thinkers Innovation Fair. This is a pretty wow event. If you haven't been to it, it is wildly popular. We just did our second innovation fair last year. This is an incredible partnership with the Pleasant Hill Library. Patrick Reamer, I don't know if you're here, but you're awesome, wherever you are. It's fun for young kids, and you may not be able to see this little picture up here, but it's fun for adults alike. This is a picture of Council Member Nowak and I taking a spin on the pedal-powered carnival ride at Tinkers and Thinkers. That was pretty fun. It's great. It's a great opportunity to introduce kids to STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, and to get them really excited about it. Some more wow opportunities here. When people go to our parks, they say wow. We know this because a scientifically valid study that we did last year as part of our master planning process validated the fact that 92% of people say that our parks are good or excellent, and that's something that we're very proud of. More wow experiences. our preschool program, our aquatics program, all of these things that help our residents connect to each other and connect to really high quality programs and teachers and have these experiences in our community is one more element of what we provide. And lastly, I want to let you know about the master plan process. It's something that we started last year. We have held several public meetings. We had that survey that I mentioned, and we're trying to gather data on what people say they want to see here in the city in the district for parks and for recreation, and we're taking all that input. We're working with some consultants. They're going to bring some recommendations back to us this year, and we're going to have a conversation about what we want that to look like. So we are in the process of working on that. More to come later this year. We do expect to adopt a comprehensive master plan by the end of the year. And in closing, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you for your support. Thank you for helping us to fulfill our mission. And we really look forward to seeing you out in our parks and through our events this year. Thank you.
Let me bring the mic down a whole foot for me. Thank you, Jennifer. That was a really wonderful update. I know for me and for my family, the Rec and Park means a lot. We do a lot of camps, and we love the parks. Actually, Pleasant Hill Park was one of the main reasons we moved here. It was a big attraction for us, so it's great. So thank you so much. Up next on the program, we have Mr. Michael Moore. Michael, if you don't know, is the marketing manager of our TID, which is our Tourism Improvement District. We call it Stay Pleasant Hill. We are very proud of all the work that Michael has done. Michael is a 10-year resident of Pleasant Hill, and he lives in, what neighborhood? Pleasant Hill. Poets Corner in Pleasant Hill with his wife Kathy, who is lovely if you haven't met her. He also brings Phil, who is our mascot, and he's very eager to meet you. So without further ado, I'm going to let Michael come up here and say a few words on the TID.
Ladies and gentlemen, Phil is here, and I just want to cover a few of the highlights of what we're up to at the TID. So this year we have started a conference cornhole tournaments. We sponsor a professional cornhole team, believe it or not, and they were just in Orlando, Florida, at an ESPN televised cornhole tournament. We are looking to bring one to Pleasant Hill for the West Coast Nationals. Additionally, we found a great partner with the Rec and Park District. We are sponsoring the Blues and Brews with them. It's a very exciting partnership. We are also hosting the 2019 Chamber Ambassador Rally right here in Pleasant Hill, which is a great opportunity to bring Chamber ambassadors, networkers from outside of our area, from Northern and Central California to Pleasant Hill so that they can go back to their communities and tell them what a wonderful experience they've had in Pleasant Hill. And then finally, we are partnering with DVC, Diablo Valley College, to bring a car show to DVC and have a open house when their manufacturing or fabrication and automotive engineering departments, and that's going to be this summer as well. So that's what's up in Stay Pleasant Hill. Thanks for having us. If you'd like a selfie with Phil, that would be great. He's here to take pictures. And we'd like to present Mr. Mayor with a Stay Pleasant Hill bag that your friends can also get when they book a hotel room in Pleasant Hill. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Phil and Michael. So now it is a portion of the show where we get to hear from our mayor, Ken Carlson. Ken is a native of Contra Costa County. In his early childhood, his family lived in Concord, but then settled in Pleasant Hill in the early 1970s. He attended Pleasant Hill Middle and moved to Pleasant Hill High School, where he would have been a member of the last graduating class in 1980 if his father had not been transferred to Southern California before his senior year. Ken graduated from Brigham Young University with a BA in communications, and then he traveled to Seoul, Korea for 18 months of missionary work. He lived and worked in the Korean communities, learning their language and teaching English. While working on his master's at San Francisco State University, he was hired as an intern with the Concord Police Department in February of 1988. And in 6 short months, he was offered a position as police officer. By December, he had graduated from the police academy and began a career. Ken had a very diverse career with the police department, working as a patrol officer, in various investigative positions, a crisis negotiator. He became very active in the Concord Police Association, serving on the executive board as president and chairing the political action committee. Ken has never lost the strong feeling for Pleasant Hill. He has always thought of it as his hometown. His goal has always been to return home and contribute to his community by supporting the values that maintain the small town charm of Pleasant Hill. He looks forward to serving as mayor with the city council and working to strengthen the community, ensuring the financial stability of the city and maintaining public safety of this great hometown. Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Carlson.
Wow, I'm going to apologize right off because I am not going to be anywhere near as polished as Jennifer or Ramona. It's just not going to happen. So start right there. I just want to thank you all first off for being here. And there's so many of you. I can't identify you all, but just too many. Our planning commissioners are here. They're taking up table number 5. Our city staff, our city manager, June Catalano, Andrew Murray, our assistant city manager, Mario Moreno, our city engineer, Greg Foos, our city planner. The team that makes it happen for me is Juanita and Sheila and Gail. Gail, thank you so much for getting me to today. We'll see if we make it through today. Our city attorney, Janet Colson, our PD friends, hey brothers, we got Brian Hill, Captain Kogler. I've already just indoctrinated him and pushed him into the limelight from the get-go. I don't think he'd been here a month, and I put him on a panel to be on a forum. It was just, yeah, thank you. And then Mary McCarthy, who got us through last night with the financial review. Those are always stimulating conversations, right? So again, I just want to thank you all, and I apologize if I missed anybody, but I just want to get through that. Ramona mentioned earlier a little bit of my background, and I consider myself a born and bred Pleasant Hillian, even though I might have drifted away for a short period of time here and there. But I want to introduce a special friend of mine who I invited here, Mr. Hong Sung Ho, who is now the president of the San Francisco North Bay Korean American Association. So at the end of last year, and this all comes about because of the help of Mayor Emeritus Tim Flaherty, and you're not going to live that down for the whole year. So I got to do a preview of the state of the city, and so I'm hoping that at the inauguration of the Korean American Association, so I'm hoping that this will suffice as my state of the city address, and we did it all on video that night. Shi Jong-un. Pleasant Hill의 한인회가 소립되는 걸 환영합니다. I think I'll get more applause from that. 저는 82년부터 84년까지 한국에 살았으며 한국 사람들과 만화에 강한 애정을 가지고 있습니다. 그래서 한국말 시끼리만큼만 할 수 있어요. That was for you. No. pleasant힐시는 우리로 만들고 서로 강화시키는 다양성을 기념합니다. 한인 후에 우리 공동체의 동반자로 삼는 것은 우리를 강화시키는 것이기에 감사하고 겸손해야 합니다. I did enter a speech contest in Korea in 1983. I lost. So. Thank you, Tim, for embarrassing me and taking that video. And then he played it without my knowledge at our reorganization meeting last month. It's quite shocking. I did. I entered a speech contest in Korea when I was over there, and I did. I lost, clearly. And Mr. Hong is probably the only one who appreciates this, but it really was talking like a kindergartner, not very polished. So again, I welcome you to the Pleasant Hill community. Mr. Hong lives in Pleasant Hill, and the organization is going to find its roots here with us. So we're very grateful. So real quick, we want to talk about, of course, the money. We'll get the money out of the way quick. I'm not going to get into the weeds with you, so I'll open that up for a few questions if we need to. And our budget committee is here, Mayor Flaherty and Councilmember, or former Mayor Flaherty and Councilmember Nowak. And they're the financial wizards, so find them at the end of this afternoon or this morning. We continue to have a balanced budget. We last night just approved our financial audit, and we are in solid shape. In June, we approved our biannual budget for 2018-2020, and this is just a brief snapshot of where that money comes from. Of course, sales tax and property tax are a big portion of that, and then thanks to the voters in Pleasant Hill, Measure K is being a huge support to our financial picture. Now what do we do with it? Of course, we're in good, solid shape, but for the 2018-2019 year, we're looking at about a $29 million budget. Of those sales tax revenues, about 31%, of course, is sales tax, and then another 14% of that comes through the Measure K fund. What are we doing with it? Where's it going? The majority of Measure K expenses are for street-related repairs, capital improvement projects, that type of thing. So we're looking at continued growth in the area of our street maintenance and street repairs. Our staff has done a tremendous job in going out and finding us grant money to support these projects with a minimal or as little contribution from our general fund as possible. So the majority of our Measure K funds are going to fund these types of projects. $30.6 million for street-related projects, and then another $676,000 for stormwater projects throughout the city. Again, our street resurfacing program is picking up. Thanks to Measure K and SB 1 money, we are investing $5.6 million over 2 years in our streets, more than ever before. In the past, the city has resurfaced one residential zone every 2 years. And the blue on the map shows what we have resurfaced between 2005 and today. This year, we're resurfacing 5 zones. Those are the zones in the purple, and we anticipate resurfacing another 5 zones, the ones in yellow. So significant improvement to our street resurfacing program and the maintenance of our streets. Measure K again, our library. This has been a goal for council since I came on board and years before that even, and thanks to Measure K funding, we're well on our way. So by this summer, we anticipate groundbreaking. We're in the process of EIR, so we'll be moving forward on the library with groundbreaking this fall, or late summer, fall, as well as anticipated opening in 2021. Looking further, we saw this slide just a minute ago, didn't we? We're going to be the library. We're going to be the purple side, right next door to our friends at Rec and Park with their great park improvement. And it's just one, the library is just one element. It's a partnership again with Rec and Park, the county, and us. So it's going to be the library, the new park, and then a residential development, economic development. Where's my friend? I forgot to mention Kelly. Kelly saved me 4 years ago as a young, naive, first-time mayor. I got this grand idea of I was going to go to China on an economic mission with many other mayors throughout the 9 Bay Area counties. And then, of course, I had to run to Kelly and say, I need a flyer on the city of Pleasant Hill. I need business cards. Could you make them all in Chinese? And she got it done. Really did. It was tremendous. 2018 was a great year for us. Business is booming. New businesses are coming into Pleasant Hill. And again, this is one of the focuses of us is to bring bigger business and growth to the city. What we're looking at, Burlington's coming to town. So Burlington, notice I said Burlington, not Burlington Coat Factory. They've rebranded themselves. They sell more than coats. But they're coming to the old Toys R Us building down at the Target Shopping Center in North Pleasant Hill. CarMax is moving forward. The Diabo Valley Plaza remodel has been approved. We're pending the start of construction. Actually, construction has started. And there are some modifications that are coming forward and are still up for review. But this includes an entire exterior facade replacement and remodel of the south side of the development. That's all the existing buildings there. They're going to do increased and enhanced landscaping, taking out about 57 trees and putting in 87 new ones. They're redoing the parking lot, new landscape planters, trees, lighting, accessibility and drainage improvements. A new dog park is coming, as well as a multi-use trail along the creek and the flood control channel there. And then we just heard about Stay Pleasant Hill. The city council and the city created a tourism improvement district, which is now managed by our Chamber of Commerce and our sales and marketing manager, Michael Moore, and Phil. I think Phil does more work. But, it's a major milestone. Last year, they've launched a new app, publication to our visitor's guide. Hard copies of this are put in every hotel room in the city, and there's also a downloadable copy on the app. When we created this in 2017, the goal was, promote Pleasant Hill as the destination place to stay, hence the slogan, welcome to the comfort zone. Marketing efforts are paid for through a small assessment on each room in our hotels. And this year, Stay Pleasant Hill is planning on introducing VIP packages for hotel customers and a Stay Pleasant Hill branded wine available in the hotels. Is that in my bag? I'm needing it right now. Big shout out to Michael Moore, though, for the work they're doing in Chamber. And again, I can't say enough about you. What else are we doing? Golf Club Road. How many came up Golf Club from Contra Costa Boulevard? What a difference, huh? Debbie makes that trip every day, don't you? Every day. Yeah, a big improvement all along the Golf Club Road corridor. It improved the safety and clearly the attractiveness of the whole corridor. And this was primarily funded through grant money. Again, Golf Club Road. For those right down the block here, this was Golf Club Road in Stubbs. Finally got actually completed, and this is where we are today. And then Old Quarry Road. Seems like we've focused a lot of energy on this part of town. But Old Quarry Road, this is the before, and then of course now we have the roundabout, which I think a lot of us were nervous about when we brought this forward, a roundabout, but it's actually turned out to be brilliant, exceptionally functional, and actually very safe. And what else is coming? Improvements to Pleasant Hill Road. between Gregory and Taylor Boulevard. This was, you know, we have a great council. We get along, we argue, we put up with Tim sometimes. But this is one of the few times where we actually had kind of a split vote. You know, this was an innovative idea brought forward by our engineering department, and they did a lot of work and a lot of community outreach on this, but between Gregory and Taylor on Pleasant Hill Road, we talked about actually taking away a lane of traffic, putting it on the road diet, and that was a challenging but eventful thing, and we ultimately decided that wasn't the way to go. So we're going to see new improved medians, new traffic signal light at Gregory and Pleasant Hill Road, and signage improvements and all new pavement. But again, this is all about our commitment to pedestrian and bike safety within our city and making it more multimodal transportation comfortable and safe. So we look forward to that in the next years. And then the big issue, housing. We have Mayhew Way is still under construction. These are about 44 units on small lots with detachable single-family homes. And they started under construction in 2018. For those who've been down there recently, new signal light as part of the community benefit that came from this project is going in. So we'll see a new signal light at Buskirk and Mayhew. Next is right down the street here. This is at the Tanager Heights at Taylor and Mercury. This is 18 units. Another great project. They came forward. They presented their design plans, but worked with us and the community in the sense of preserving open space at the top of the hill within the development, so that not only can the community enjoy it, but those that purchase their new homes. My understanding is, out of these 18 units, there are just 2 or 3 left for sale. They went that quick. And then finally, the Molino property is coming. And this is another subdivision of 17 single-family homes, and it's on the former Molino site, as well as you will start to see improved sidewalks coming on the Pleasant Hill Road corridor in this area as well. And then, of course, the old library site. I say it's the old library site, but it's the current library site. The Architectural Review Commission is conducting study sessions and a preliminary proposal from the county for a new 34-unit subdivision. And these are single-family homes as well, with 7 ADUs as part of that project as well. So we look forward to seeing as that moves forward, as that whole development site comes forward. Affordable housing, and these are topics, one that I'm very passionate about, but 2 that are headlines every day. It seems like we wake up and housing is a big part of what we're talking about. So the city worked with the state and the Satellite Affordable Housing Association, SAHA, on a financial agreement that provides SAHA with the resources to renovate and upgrade the 100 units at Hookston Senior Manor. So this will preserve those units for low-income housing for the next 55 years. Yeah, there's big words. The next one is our Ellenwood Apartments along Ellenwood Way. The city just concluded negotiations with the new owner of these apartments that resulted in 19 of those units being set aside for low-income tenants as well for the next 55 years. Now, how many knows what rent goes for in Pleasant Hill these days? I forget all the realtors, and of course Stokely Properties throws their hands up. But basically, low-income housing, that translates into about $1,725 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment in Pleasant Hill. Think back. So now my passion. What's Sacramento going to do? You don't know. No fear. Senator Dodd's like running for the door. And I think some have seen my passion come out perhaps a little too angrily or aggressively sometimes. But housing is a big deal for me, and you know, I think as a council, but I'm speaking for myself as a whole, you know, we're passionate. We want to do our part to be a solution to the housing crisis. We need housing units. But we're also very protective of our community and the consistency and the cohesiveness of our community. So we need to find a way to balance that. And so, once again, we will face challenges, hopefully partnerships, but I know we're gonna face some challenges from Sacramento in preserving at least our local control. How can we preserve our local control and still maintain our commitment to provide the housing units we need to, one, meet our obligations, and two, to meet the needs of our community. You know, SB 827 came up last year. It's being recycled again. A lot of that has to deal with around our transportation hubs. But again, essentially would have an impact on Pleasant Hill. So we're very cautious in monitoring how that's progressing. Governor Newsom came in with a new budget. He's tied SB 1 funds to meeting our housing obligation numbers. There was also Senator Wiener's bill where we're now required to meet 125% of our RENA numbers, meaning we've got to go above and beyond in meeting those housing numbers. So again, this is the watch and wait. We'll be doing our best to work with Sacramento. I'm very passionate about the League of California Cities and work closely with them to make sure that our voices are heard. And then homelessness. So back late last year, I put together a homeless forum working with our Pleasant Hill clergy group, addressing the issues of homelessness and how citizens can respond to that and how they can partner and do something about it. We're not immune to it. I think we all know that. We all see it as we go through town. But there really are no quick solutions to this. This is a long-term problem, part of the housing crisis, but there's much more to it than that. Pleasant Hill Martinez, we're sharing the cost of a core team. Core team is that outreach team that goes out and meets with the homeless on the streets and just, in a sense, pester them. And not, I don't say that in a bad way, but basically make contact with them on a routine basis, see that their needs are met as best they can, and try to work with them and bring them into services. I can just share with you that one of my last assignments before I retired was managing the core team for the city of Concord and dealing with homeless issues over there, and it can be quite challenging, and it's a multifaceted issue. But they outreach, and they do. I mean, sometimes it takes months to get to the point where these people understand that we have services for them, that we will provide those services to them and make that happen. It's a regional problem. Our city managers and police chiefs from Pleasant Hill, Martinez, Walnut Creek, and Concord, they meet every other month, and they're talking about this very topic. So they're sharing ideas, and they're putting plans together, and they're looking for solutions. So coming later this year, probably about April, and I'll get you more, I'll be hosting another homeless forum where we'll address some of the housing issues as well, because it is critical to us. Of course, I cannot get through a presentation without praising our police officers and the work they do for our community. They're partnering with our business community. They've anything they can do to support crime prevention efforts. So they have put together these signs that they're sharing throughout the business community, the retail centers, to remind us to secure our valuables. You know, that's one of the most common things is those thefts from your car because you left the laptop laying in the back seat thinking you're only gonna be gone a minute. They're faster than we are. So great effort by the PD in what they're doing. What's next? Where are we gonna go this year? General plan update. Our last general plan update was in 2002. Yeah. So it's been a little while. Times change. So this year we are starting out in the general plan update process. Councilmember Nowak and I sit on the subcommittee, and we're now reviewing consultants who will lead us through this process. It's a community engagement process. You know, we're hopeful that the general plan update will get the attention that the library project got, and that we'll have community participation. We want to hear your thoughts and ideas. There will be workshops, community forums, charrettes throughout the community, and there'll be a website dedicated to it, so there'll be multiple ways for you to gather information about it and have your input to it. But this is designing the future of Pleasant Hill and where we're going to go for the next couple of decades. So we appreciate your participation in this, and we hope we all will get on board. The next big issue that we're going to deal with, and no, I don't have a Pleasant Hill logo with the cannabis leaf in it. It was fun. It was good. I appreciate it. But this is one of the items that we need to take up as a council this year. And we have to do it by the end of the year. We have passed 2 moratoriums now, and we're in our final moratorium, which basically expires at the end of the year. So we have to make a decision of what we're going to do with cannabis in our community. Prop 64 passed. Marijuana is legalized. The issue for us is, do we want retail establishments selling not only recreational but medicinal marijuana? But then there's more to it. There's manufacturing. Do we want to have manufacturing opportunities? There's distribution, cultivation, commercial cultivation. What did I miss? Testing labs. Goes on and on and on. So it's quite a challenge, and so we're going to be moving forward with that over the next several months. We'll get this done by the end of the year. And what happens if we don't do it by the end of the year? State regulations apply. So we need to make sure that we have our say on how we want to proceed forward as a community. And with that, I'm sure there will be more coming forward for us for the next year, but we appreciate everything you do. I thank my council members for the support and the ability to work together in such a positive way, because it really is a fun adventure that we're on here, and we're doing what I think is great work, but we do it in a way that is just remarkable when we go out in our other communities and see how some of our other councils in our neighboring cities, and I'm not picking on anybody in particular, but it's really exciting when we can sit down and have dynamic discussions, keep our tempers, keep it professional, and then enjoy it as well and have a lot of fun doing what we do. And so I'm grateful for that. And then, of course, again, city staff, you guys make this so fun and so successful. And I just can't rave enough. Coming from as a municipal employee for 30 years almost, they're remarkable. They truly are. And so I'm very grateful to all of you. And then, of course, our chamber, shout out to Ramona, and congratulations on your new role as president and CEO. Sorry Mike's not here, but I'm excited to see how the year goes with Mike Robertson at the helm, so we'll also look forward to that. And then, oh, I'm sorry, I'm out of time. I don't really have any time for questions. But if there is a question, shoot. Okay, so if there is a question, find Mayor Emeritus Flaherty after, and he'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. So again, thank you for everything, and I look forward to a fantastic 2019.
Thank you so much, Ken. That wraps up our program for today. Thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody again for being here. Special thanks to Gail Vassar for helping put everything together. And a very big thank you to Juanita Lopez, who's back there. I could not have done this without her. Thank you, Juanita.